And NHTSA, well, you've heard it on the show before. They are the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. They oversee a lot of car regulations, guidelines, and whatnot. NHTSA has established a battery safety initiative where this is a multi-pronged initiative where they're going to look at collecting data, analyzing it about automotive, or I should say not automotive, vehicular batteries, and obviously with the goal of increasing safety for them. So they'll be investigating crashes and battery damaged vehicles. They'll be doing research on battery diagnostics. They'll be looking at battery management systems, evaluating them for cybersecurity issues. They'll also be looking at enforcement issues, talking about making sure that manufacturers represent their products, their battery products, correctly. And of course, as NHTSA always does, eventually having a two-stage approach, a two-phase approach, where they're going to be initiating some safety standards that manufacturers will have to meet to sell batteries for vehicles in the United States. I'm one of those pro-regulation. I welcome this, and I think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
No one's against safety. I mean, don't get me wrong here, but
nobody around here is against safety.
Okay, yeah, right, yeah. I'm concerned that one of the things that in many states we've seen where, we need to have some something to make up for the gas tax you're not paying, so we're going to put a $2,000 registration fee on there, even though that's 10 times what you would have paid in gas taxes. I'm worried that there's going to be some. They're going to be held to this ridiculously standard that's way higher than what gas cars would be held to. There are 150,000 gas car fires a year, and I think that should be where they're focusing right now. Anyway, as long as this is not abused, I'm all for it.
I want to say that the specific thing you raised is completely outside of their stated scope of what they're trying to do. And what we're really looking at is safety, not so much comeuppance for not paying gas tax. Although, of course, lots of states have done stupid stuff like that.
Right. Yeah. That was an example of where I've just seen where they're not being held to the same standard. They're holding EVs to a ridiculously higher standard. And in some ways, it's because there's people who are pro status quo.
Very much so.
Now, Patrick, what you said about, all of the internal combustion engine fires and being held to a higher standard. And you could imagine that there could be people out there saying, well, I heard that, lithium ion batteries can, have a runaway event and they catch on fire. So right now, the current status quo is how many internal combustion engine fires a year, did you say?
150,000 is the last number I heard.
Okay. So as long as 145,000 lithium ion batteries explode, they're still better than internal combustion engine cars.
Right. And there's this fallacy because they get so much more media attention that it seems like they're just happening so much more, but that's a huge distortion of reality.
Yeah,
exactly. Well, and that's why I just want to be real clear. I wanted to make it very clear because people can use and misuse statistics. And instead of saying these cars aren't safe because I heard that a battery exploded, we need to say these cars are 1,000, 10,000 times safer because we're comparing them to 150,000. And like Casey said, we're currently at fewer than 10.
And I think what we're talking about here is a failure in the media where the man bites dog story always gets way more play than it should. And a Tesla exploding spontaneously or otherwise is a much bigger story than the 5,000th Volkswagen that is self-immolated along the freeway.
Exactly.
Or all of the BMWs brand new that are catching fire in Asia and Australia.
Yeah. So I agree. As long as this isn't used as a bludgeon against electric vehicles, it's a good thing because safety standards, getting out ahead of that maybe a little bit, even though they're still way behind, would be a good thing.